Today we're going to talk about healing after divorce, and I'm going to share 11 things that I did in the last 4 years to help with healing after divorce. So if you bear with me, I am going to check out my notes that I have written out on my computer here. So if you are going through a divorce, or if your divorce has already been finalized, first let me say that I know it's a lot. I know that you've had very, very strong feelings, and it's really hard journey. Divorce is a very hard journey, but we can do hard things. And these are some of the emotions that we feel after divorce. There's definitely sadness, there's anger, there's confusion, there's shock, there is frustration, and there is usually some type of anxiety about the future. So again, over the last 4 years, I'm going to share 11 things that I have done to help in the healing process. So the first thing that I did was I started to write again. For me, writing is very healing. It's very therapeutic. Writing helps me to process events as they happen, and then my feelings and my reactions towards that event. So for me, that looked like brain dumping. 5 minutes a day in the morning, as soon as I woke up, I would grab my laptop and just write whatever I was thinking. Now, you do have the choice if you want to save that, or you can delete it, whichever feels best to you. The next thing that I did after writing, it would really allow me to process my emotions. So if I felt super angry when I started writing, by the time I was done, I felt like a release. If I was really sad when I was writing, then after I was done, I would be able to cry and release emotions. Another thing that I did was I set up weekly counseling. So over the last 4 years, I have had my own amazing therapist that has helped me on the weekly basis. Now, sometimes life has come up and I've had to miss a session or go every 2 weeks. Or in the very beginning of my divorce, I would need to sit with my counselor anywhere from 1 time to 3 times per week in order to cope, in order to get a plan, in order to regulate my emotions, in order to learn the skills that I would need to be successful. Another activity that I participated in was massage therapy. So when you become a single person, you realize the amount of physical touch that you are missing. I learned how to do individual touch, give myself a hug, squeeze different pressure points on your arms that help you to lower anxiety, etc. And even still, I wanted more physical touch and interaction with adults, so I did massage therapy. I did quite a few sessions with a lot of different practitioners. I found some of my favorites, and massage therapy is very, very relaxing for me. I found it, I looked forward to it every month, being able to go and have a massage on the regular. The next thing that I tried was acupuncture. So there was a time in my journey where emotions were just so high and I was so stressed and having such a difficult time focusing and coping with the stresses of daily life, of motherhood. And I reached out to an acupuncturist and I started going, and I was very surprised of the emotional relief. I remember one time specifically, I went in, I just told her the issues I was having with my neck, my back, and my emotions, and she did all the different pressure points with the acupuncture, so using the little teeny tiny needles, and within just a few minutes, I felt all of it just bubble up to the surface, and then the emotions were released, and it was so invigorating. It felt so wonderful. And as I progressed with my acupuncture sessions, I also got relief in my lower back quite a bit so that it didn't hurt so bad when I am sitting and when I am driving in a vehicle. So I really liked acupuncture. Another practitioner I went to was for chiropractic. So I had a lot of things that were out of alignment, and I had gone to chiropractic as a teenager. I had gone to chiropractic during some of my pregnancies. I knew that chiropractic care would help me. I was very confident in it, and I started to see a chiropractor again, and that was another support system, another thing to look forward to, and another way to help heal my body and heal my emotions. One of my very favorite activities is riding horses. So because I was in this toxic relationship for 17 years and I had 7 children with this person, my first and foremost responsibility and priority at that time was to take care of the children. So 24/7, my focus was on children. After the divorce, I learned about balancing. I learned about the importance of self-care, the importance of my own happiness, etc. And the first chance I got, I started to ride horses again. And I was very surprised that I was very nervous about it, very anxious about it, a lot of fear, but I was able to overcome that fear with a friend. She let me her horse. I was able to ride with her for a full year. And I'm so thankful for that time. I'm thankful for the adventures we went on. I am so thankful to that horse for just being such a kind horse and helping me to grow and heal through that time. Being around horses always makes me feel 100% alive and 100% like myself. So if there's an activity that you've been thinking of, that you've always wanted to do, that you always put off, that's probably the one that you should start with, because it'll make you feel the best. Okay, some new activities that I had tried that I'd never tried before were boxing. So I joined a women's boxing class that was once a week, only for women. Just one moment. Not yet, sister. I'll come get you. I'm making a video. Okay, back to your rest time. So I joined a boxing class that was just for women. We met every Saturday. It felt like a safe place. The teacher was very chill, very blunt, but very caring. It was a great experience. So I was able to get some exercise. I was able to learn some new skills, and then I was literally able to get some anger out, because when you are punching a bag, just emotions and anger and stress releases. We did a lot of boxing to music, and then we also did boxing like in the ring, learning how to throw punches and move around, and it was all a very, very good experience. Out of that boxing class, I think the best thing that happened is that I met my really good friend. We're still friends today, and we meet sometimes once a month, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month. We still hang out and have a great relationship, and I would have never met her if I did not go to the boxing class and explore some of my interests. Another activity I participated in is pottery. So as a small child, I always wanted to take pottery class in art, but the tiny school I went to only allowed pottery for high schoolers. And by the time I'd be in high school, we moved schools. So I had totally missed out on pottery at all. I just never had that ability or opportunity to have that experience. So I signed up. I remember it was one Christmas, the month of December. I bought myself this package to do pottery as a Christmas present to myself. It was once a week. It was very hard for me to get to because I was out of the home working full time, and then I had the kids full time, and it was a bit of chaos. So to make it to the class was a little stressful.
But how many minutes is left?
A few more minutes. Go back to your room. Yeah. So it was very hard for me to make it to the pottery class. It was a little bit awkward because a lot of it was very young kids were in it, or like teenagers, I would say, young teenagers, tweens and whatnot. So I wasn't really able to meet anybody my age or with my interests necessarily, but I got hands-on experience. I created a bowl. I learned how to use the pottery wheel. I got a better understanding of the basics of pottery. I learned that it is much harder than I had thought, that I really enjoyed sculpting pottery by hand. I enjoyed that better. And also I learned that being left-handed, you do spin your wheel the opposite direction. So that was a little bit of a challenge as well, because I was left-handed and my teacher was a right-handed individual. But all in all, I'm very, very thankful that I took the opportunity, I took the time, I learned that skill, and I did enjoy it. I did. Some of the last things that I did, Some of the last activities that I had tried were dating myself. So I came across this amazing PDF, and I'll have to find the name of it. It was something like 28 days of dating yourself, something like that. So I went through this 28 days of experiences to have with oneself. And I took the book very seriously. I did everything that was in it, and I felt a lot of healing. I felt I got to know myself a lot better. One of the things that I remembered from the book that I still like to do is once a week buy myself flowers. And the book's all about treating yourself how you want your future partner to treat you. So buying myself flowers once a week made me feel appreciated, made me feel special, gave me something beautiful to look at. So I love to buy flowers or plants. And then I would write encouraging notes to myself. So I would write notes to myself like, you're doing a good job. You look beautiful today. Don't give up. Good things are coming. I really appreciate that you took all the kids to school. I really appreciate that you made the children meals. I appreciate the time you spent washing their clothes, doing chores, etc. So this was a whole time in my life where I was really, really focused on myself, treating myself with love, treating myself with respect, letting my inner voice talk to myself as if I was talking to my very best friend that I adored, that I respected, etc. And it came with a lot of healing for myself. And then lastly, I guess we have two more things here. So I did hire a coach for, I think, 12 weeks. We worked on tracking habits, setting goals, etc. That was really great to have a support person. I learned a few things from that, and mostly I learned I really do have very, very good self-discipline. Once I make up my mind about something, I am able to follow through, I'm able to do it, and I'm able to do it well. I did join a group for victims of narcissistic abuse. I learned a lot about what attracts narcissists, what targets they look for, what type of personality or character qualities and whatnot, and then how to heal from experiencing the abuse from a narcissist. And that was very, very great in my journey, that I was able to do that just part-time for a long extended time and work that into my schedule as well, and connect with other survivors who have been through similar things as myself, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that other people go through divorce, knowing that other people have had very similar situations as you and that they've come out okay, is very, very comforting when you are on your healing journey. And then lastly, I wanted to share about Reiki. So I found a local Reiki woman who was absolutely fantastic. We had a few sessions together. I felt very empowered. I honed in on the skill in how to connect with myself, how to connect with my higher self, and how to release things, like release my old life that I was hanging on to, chop that off, and then go into my current life, the life that I've always longed for, the life that I have wanted to create, how to live a happy life. So those are 11 things that I participated in, tried out, activities I have done over the last 4 years that helped me on my healing journey. And the last thing I would like to add is actually put things on your calendar, at least one thing per month, so that you can really look forward to those events coming up. It gives you something to get excited about. Daily life can get boring, daily life can get stressful, daily life can be a lot while you are healing. So please, please be kind to yourself. Put those things on your calendar that you're looking forward to. Leave comments below any other things that you've done in your healing journey that have really helped you and helped you to get to where you are today. And that's it. Till next time. Have a great day.